Good afternoon to all of you. So, myself, Dr. Jayashree Jain, Associate Professor in Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. So, today we will understand about the regularization in neural network. This is the topic in Unit 2. So, firstly, understand what is regularization. So, we will discuss about the definition of regularization in neural network and the methods of regularization. So, we have two type of regularization. First is L1 regularization and L2 regularization. And in regularization, we just find out how much hidden unit we have to use in our neural network so that we can filter out the features, so that the if we use the limited number of hidden unit, then we can uh, avoid the problem of vanishing gradient actually. So just we will understand how much hidden unit should we take in our neural network, and how can we regularize our model, and what is the effect of early stopping. Early stopping means we are going to limit the filtering, means we are going to limit the hidden layer, and we are going to limit the model regularization. So we will just understand what is early stopping, and there are other invariant methods. First is data set augmentation and tangent propagation. So these are all about the we'll cover in neural regularization in neural network. So firstly, we will just know what is the regularization, why we are going to regularize our deep learning network. So actually the problem is what? Generalization error is what? Performance on input not previously seen. That is called as test error. So problem is what? When we are going to train our model, we are going to train our model on the, so we have to divide the data set into two parts. First one is training data set and test data set. So we have to decide how much data will be covered in training data set, and what data we will take as a test data set. So when we divide our data into this ratio, like we can divide 60% of data in training data set and 40% in test data set. So this ratio can be anything, like 80-20 ratio can be there. So when we try to fit our model into, if we are going to train our model in this data set, then we just see with respect to error what is our plot. With respect to error, we are going to see this is the blue part is a training error, means error is going to be increase here when we increase the capacity of the data. And generalization error means when we apply this model onto the test data, then error will going to be this one. So there is a generalization gap. So this is called as a when we are going to, this is called as a error, generalization error. So when we try to fit our model on the training data set, then error will be low, and when we apply that model on the test data set, then error is high, so or loss is high. So this is the difference between training and test data set losses. So we want to actually we want to design our model that is that going to be fit in both data set, that is training data set as well as test data set or any unseen data. So we have to just reduce the generalization error even at the expense of increasing training error. So we want to we have to apply the regularization here, so that we can fit our model that can have the less error in case of training and in case of test data. So how can we limit the model capacity? The method is the regularization method. So in this method, we have to prevent the overfitting, or we have to optimize the data set. So how can we prevent the overfitting problem? Actually, this problem in last lecture we have seen here. This is called at the overfitting problem. So how can we limit this overfitting problem? So to prevent the overfitting means we have give the model excess amount of features. So model have been going to be overfitted, means if we are going to perform the linear regression, and or this is our model, this is our model, and all the points are going to be fitted on onto this line. So this is the model is overfitted on the training data set, but when we apply this model on the test data set, it is going to be the points can be scattered. So this is a problem of overfitting. So how can we avoid this problem? There is a technique, regularization, which have the slight modification to the learning algorithm. So the actually what we do in regularization, we actually shift our data points around the mean. So we just calculate if our data set points are like this. This is one kind of data set, and other type of data set is this. So there will be the regression plane that will segregate these 2 points. But when we apply regularization, these points will be centered around the mean. Means our graph will be like that. We get the point here, and the other data set point will arrive here. So the point gets centered around the mean. So this is a difference between non-regularized model and regularized model. So we have to calculate the mean of our feature values so that we can shift our data around the mean, and this overfitting problem can be avoided. So how can we do this? What is the formula of doing this? So this is the example when we apply the neural network approach here, and we have input layer, we have hidden layer. So the smaller data set, when the data set is small, larger the difference between the two, means empirical loss and expected loss. Empirical loss is what? When we apply this model onto the training data set, that is empirical loss, and expected loss when we apply this on the unseen data. So the difference between these two are larger when we apply the smaller data set, and larger the hypothesis class, easier to find the hypothesis that fit between the two. It means our data size of our data set should be large so that we can easily minimize the gap between the empirical loss and the expected loss. So what is this? So how can we do this? So it just has a small training error but largest test error. So we have the problem when we apply the model on the training data set, the error is small, but when we apply on the unseen data, the error is large. So this is the problem of overfitting. So we can reduce it. This is the problem when we apply this neural network, and it will raise when we going to, because neural network can segregate, can classify the linear as well as non-linear model. So this is the non-linear model. So how can it segregate this? This is the way, but these 2 points are lie here. So this is a part of overfitting. So overfitting is this. We can show it in the form of graph. This is the M is the, we have applied any model having number of hidden layers, and this is the root mean square error. So when we apply this on the training data set, the error is below 0.5 like that, and when we apply this on the test data, the error is going to be more. So this is the problem of overfitting. So how can we remove this problem? This is training versus test set error. Training set error is this and test set error is this. So how can we find out the optimum model complexity? So this is the question. So how can we reduce this? So actually we have to, in the case of regularization, we have to limit the number of hidden nodes, because if we increase the hidden layers, so if we increase the hidden nodes here, so there is more amount of filtering, and our data, our features value can get decreased. So we have to limit the amount of filtering. Actually hidden unit, what hidden unit do? Hidden unit just try to filter out the feature and apply some weight, by applying some weight and bias value, and after applying, if there are number of more hidden unit, then more weight will be applied here, and after that we apply activation function, and at the output node we have limited number of feature, because some feature have the value get their weighted sum get value 0. So we have to just drop out. This method is dropout method. So we have to drop out some nodes on the hidden unit. so that we have large enough amount of feature, and we can easily feature value, and when we can easily remove the underfitting and overfitting problem. So this is in machine learning. So you will have a fair idea that regularization penalizes the coefficient. So how can we do this? We have to apply some penalty weight onto the network. So that is called as a penalizes. In deep learning, penalizes the weight matrix of the node. So assume that our regularization coefficient is so high that some of the weight matrices are nearly equal to the 0. So when we apply the penalty term on the weight, then these nodes weight get the value 0, and there is no need to consider this, because the value of that weighted sum will get the 0 value. So this is a formula. How can we do this? So the penalty term is denoted as lambda, and lambda is the regularization penalty. And how much penalizes the weight? When lambda is 0, the regularization term becomes 0, and we are back to the original loss function. So there should be some value of lambda. If lambda gets 0, then loss function will be as before. We are getting in case of overfitting. So there should be the some value of lambda. If lambda is very large, we penalizes the weight and they become close to 0. So lambda should be have some value in between 0 and 1, and it should be not too large and it should not be too 0. So this result is a very simple model having high bias or is underfitting. If lambda is very large, then weight will be when we add this large value of lambda in our weight, then their weights can become 0. So in both cases, this is a problem of overfitting, this is a problem of underfitting. So we have to apply, this is the loss function mean square error, this is a yi is the actual value, and this is the hypothesis, that is this is the value that we have calculated through the neural network, and theta is the weight. So as theta is what? When we apply the weight on our hidden layer. So this is initial weight bias value, this is theta 1 x1 theta 2 x2 square. So if when lambda is very large, all value become 0. So when this becomes 0, then we have only small value, and the model get underfitted because all value becomes 0 and feature value we are not getting in our data set. So larger data set helps to prevent the overfitting. So we want the larger values, and throwing away useless hypothesis also help. So we have added some penalty weight so that we can throw away the useless hypothesis, and only important weight will be considered. Important weight matlab important feature will be considered. So classical regularization means some principal way to constrain the hypothesis, and other type of regularization means data augmentation, early stopping. So these are all the part of regularization. So some goals of regularization is encode the prior knowledge, express preference for the simpler model, need to make the undetermined problem determined. So basic idea is what? When we are going to convert our model in such a way so that we can extract some important features only, and all the value that are undetermined problem we can convert into the determined problem, express the model into the simpler model. So how can we do this? So what is the best model actually? So best fitted model means there should be no underfitting, there should be no overfitting. So we can optimize. Actually, we have to optimize the value of regularization coefficient in order to obtain the well-fitted model. So how can we optimize our model? By adding the value of lambda and optimize our model so that losses can be low. So limiting number of hidden unit I already told you. So there is a process when we add the penalty term in the hidden node. So some weighted sum will get 0, and we can drop that 0 nodes or units. So M is what? M is the number of hidden nodes. So effect of number of hidden units, two-layer network trained on 10 data points. So these are the 10 data point. When we are taking M is equal to 1 means there is only one hidden unit, and when M is equal to 2 means there are two hidden unit, and M is equal to 10 there are 10 hidden units. So minimizing the sum of squared error function using conjugate gradient descent. So we already understand what is gradient descent. Gradient descent means when we apply the weight, when we apply weighted sum and apply the activation function over the network, then the slope of our model, this is the slope. So we have just calculated the partial derivative of error with respect to weight, del E upon del W. This is the gradient. With respect to loss, we have to, with respect to weight, we have to just calculate the loss. So this gradient, we want to decrease the gradient so that losses can be low. So it depends on the number of how many hidden unit we are going to use in our network. So we have to actually limit some hidden unit so that it can't create the high loss. So we just avoid the less, we just avoid the more number of hidden unit and just use only the limited hidden unit nodes. So we have just we have to add the penalty term over here, and so we just understand what is a penalty. How can we add the penalty on our model? So how can we add? This is the error formula. We already understand what is the mean square error, and here we just add the penalty term. What is this? Lambda by 2 W transpose into W. So we have two type of regularization, L1 and L2. So this is the part of L1 regularization where we apply some penalty term on our loss function, and this is simple regularizer actually. And so we choose large, if we choose large number of hidden unit and control complexity by addition of the regularization term. So we have to just add some penalty term so that we can limit the number of hidden unit in our network. And so by applying, when we apply the lambda or when we apply the when we regularize our model, so there is a weight decay in our model. So what is the updated weight? This is the old weight, and this is the formula of updating the weight minus alpha. Alpha is a learning rate, delta W into J minus delta W into T. So this is the delta J is what? Delta J is the gradient that we can calculate by taking the partial derivative of loss function with respect to weight, and we can subtract this term from this error. So this gives the weight a tendency to decay towards the 0. So this is the form when we are going to decrease the weight, and when we find some weight become 0, then we can avoid, we can just remove those nodes having weight value 0. So there are two type of regularization, L2 and L1 regularization. So what is L1 and L2? Most common type of regularization. These updates the general cost function. So cost function is what? Cost function means loss. We are calculating the loss plus regularization term. This is called as a cost function. So what is the formula in case of L1 regularization? So this is the formula of loss when we are calculating the, this is the mean square error, and we have to just add the penalty term in annual. So in L1 regularization, we add this penalty term here. This is the formula for calculating the L1 regularization. So this lambda is the regularization parameter here. So lambda by 2m into, so what is L2 regularization? What is L1 regularization? This is the formula, and this is the implementation. When we apply L1 regularization, then all the points, all the feature will get around at the centered, and we get the important feature, and all the So in L1 regularization, it is possible to find the minimal training error occur. So it will reduce the training error and assume the equal training error lines are concentric circles. So this is concentric circle and minimal training error occur at the tip points. So here this is the error, this is, so we get the equal error lines. So if the centric is equal to training error lines in the shaded area as in figure, which is relatively highly probable. So by L1 regularization, we try to minimize the training error and it is get the centric circles, and so error will get centric towards the 0. So loss function will get reduced by apply this L1 regularization. And when we apply the L2 regularization, in case of L2 regularization, we just calculate the approximate this value of weight. This is W1 square plus W2 square. And in L1 normalization, we are going to calculate the approximate value of weight. So here the error is getting the centralized with 0 at the 0. So these are the all training error and this is centric circle and error goes close to the 0. And here this is a parametric space, equal preferable lines are here. So we are calculating the weight square here and adding the weights, weighted sum. So we get this circle, and here also the value of loss function getting around the 0 and centric above around the 0. All parameter will centered around the 0. So loss will get reduced. So this is these both normalization will consider in the regularization. So we can apply either L1 regularization or L2 regularization to control our preference to the parameters. So L1, L2 regularization called as a weight decay. So main idea of L2 regularization is to reduce the magnitude of weights to reduce the overfitting. So we are actually adding the penalty term into the weight or loss function. So already I told when we apply some penalty term in our loss function, then it will reduce the error and it will just to reduce the magnitude of the weight, so that we can limit the number of hidden node. If weight is getting 0, then that hidden unit can be dropped. So this is the part. And in L2 regularization, regularization is the sum of square of all the weight. So I already shown this in the diagram. This is the square of weight. And L2 regularization forces the weight to be small but doesn't make them 0 and doesn't non-sparse solution. Means in L2 regularization there are some limitation actually, because weight is not getting the value 0. So weight have some value, and when there will be value of any weight, then we can't ignore the hidden node properly. So it will create non-sparse solution, means all the hidden units will attach with the network, and the feature will also be the feature value will also be added onto that node, and at output layer we have all the value of the feature. So non-sparse solution will be created, means there will be no sparse value of the solution, means all the points, like this is a circle point, all the point will lie in that circle. So it is not robust to the outliers, as square term blow up the error. So outliers means all, because we are going to have some weight value, so all the feature is going to be considered. So it will not actually train the model in best manner or optimized way. So it will not robust to the outlier. So its cost function, this formula is already I told. This is a formula of L2 regularization, where weight, all weighted have the square have squared value plus lambda by 2m. M is the number of hidden nodes. So this is the formula. And in case of L1 regularization, it is penalizes the absolute value of weight. It means absolute value of weight will be added, has a sparse solution, has multiple solution and built-in feature selection, and it robust to the outlier because it will select the limited feature. because some weight will get the value 0. So it is have robust to the outlier also. But in case of L2 regularization, sum of square weight added, and it will create the non-dispersed solution. It has only one solution and no feature selection. It is not robust to the outlier, obviously, because it is not going to be create the zero weights. Weight have some value. If weight have some value, node will consider under the hidden after the it pass with the hidden node, and we will consider all the features. Feature is not going to filtered in case of L2 penalty and L2 regularization. So what is early stopping? Early stopping means alternate to the regularization problem. Early stopping means when we find there is a error difference between training and test data set, then we can reduce the filter process and we can limit the filtering process. So this is the early stopping, means we can just stop when we find there is a boundary between training and test error set. So we can stop here. This is the early stopping where the error is going to increase or there is a difference between these two errors. And data augmentation means we are going to add some amount of similar data in our data set so that we can have more amount of data and we can find the similarity between the data, and output will get more accuracy. So we can add different amount of data and at the end we get the accurate value of the prediction of data. So this is called as data augmentation. Thank you. This is all about regularization and augmentation.